and I guarantee you there's at least a handful that will want to work with you and help you to build your business. So pick good real estate agents. Then you need lenders. You want lenders that are going to help you. Not only do you want lenders that can help you close your deals, but you need lenders that are going to help you get your credit right, get you to understand the power of credit. If you have a 700 credit score, but you're struggling and you're suffering, and you have not even said to yourself, let me get a credit card and put this stuff that I need, my business, my mentorship, my marketing, whatever it is that you need on a credit card, and then bust your butt to be able to do the work so you can make the payment, then you really don't want your business as much as you say you do. You want it if it's easy to get it. When you have a strong why, you will sacrifice time, you will sacrifice everything, and it's only for a season. If you really sacrificed your first 9 months in this business, and if you've been in the business for years but you're not consistently closing deals, you got to go back and rethink. There's something in your game plan that's not working. One thing about real estate, your business will tell you what you need to fix, but you have to listen. Sometimes that he said to me is that I'm following you on Instagram. I've been watching all your videos because I pop up. I have somebody that does my Instagram, to be honest with you, and every so often I just send them a bunch of videos, and then they put it on my story and stuff like that. And sometimes they create my videos and put on there. But this week we've been focusing on mentoring and also your dialogue and having more real estate conversations. So he said he's been watching, and he really realized he's been in this industry for years now, and he hasn't really closed deals, so he knows he needs a mentor. And so we had a conversation to see if we're a good fit. You need lenders that are going to stretch you. You need lenders that are going to show you, like, listen, this is what you need to do to get to, and here's how you can work your credit. Do you know that these companies that give you these buy tons of properties, they get warehouse lines. They have learned to work their credit a certain way and build it so they can get business credit lines. If you're building your real estate as a business, then you need to think for the future and not just for now. If you're looking at this like you just want a house, a couple of deals, and you're good, then you have a different game plan that you're going to put into place. And in our program, once you make the first payment, we go ahead and speak to you to see what game plan is going to work best for you. But if you're looking at this long term, I don't ever see myself stopping real estate. I did a few years back because somebody convinced me to try multi-level marketing. And at the time I said, you know what, let me give it a shot. But I found that I was working a lot harder for less money and building a lot more team, working with more personalities for less money. But I don't regret it. I think MLM is very, very good. That you will learn how to, work on yourself. And even this pyramid that I'm sharing with you, if you have heard anything about 5 Links or Lisa Cloud, I came up with the CD that her and I did that it was called Conversations with the Platinum, Dialogues That Deliver, because when I joined 5 Links, I joined in the Atlanta area, and I built my team so quickly that she was asking, like, how do you pack out your meetings like this? How did you build such a team so quickly? What is it that you're doing? And I said, I teach dialogue. I teach people how to share with everybody, just as I do with real estate. And so we came up with that, with the CD. I believe in scripts and dialogues, and I believe in attracting the top of your industry to work with you and bring something to the table so they want to work with you. So again, a lender is very, very important. A lender that will show you how to do credit lines, or a lender that will show you how to get a hard money deal, a lender that will show you how to do unconventional deals. There is something called the Dodd-Frank law. In the past, you could do as many investor deals on your own, and you could be, do the loans on your own. But now you have to have a lender or somebody that is licensed in the industry, so that you're not charging a very high interest rate when you become the bank for your buyers, when you're doing lease options and things of that sort. So you need different types of lenders. You also need contractors. You need some contractors that are not licensed and some that are licensed. You need contractors that know how to do roofs, some that know how to do windows, doors, painting, carpeting, flooring, rehabbing the whole house, gutting it out, doing just minor cosmetic work. This is a team within itself. You need to have inspectors, you need to home inspectors, you need other investors to be on your team. And you don't want to build relationships with investors that go behind your back and try to steal your deal, or investors that say they didn't get the deal from you. You don't want any of that. You need to find investors that have the same work ethic you do, and possibly are doing more deals than you do, and that you ask them, what kind of deals do you look for? Because while I'm out doing deals, while I'm out working on my stuff, I run into all types of deals, and I just want to make sure that I'm passing along to you the kind of deals you look for. So can you tell me, what kind of deals do you look for? We have that script also in the Yellow Letter Mentoring workbook. So you want to find wholesalers, other people that when you lock in a contract, you can wholesale the contract to somebody else. Every state except California, you don't need to do double closings. You can just get rid of the contract and sell the contract. But in California, there's a minimum of a 3-day hold before you can close that deal with somebody else. You need a lender that understands that. You also need a support team. If you're building your business, and you need a support team at home, you need a support team in your business. The people that are not your me too's. When you complain and whine, they go, oh yeah, me too. I'm sick of real estate. Yeah, me too. I don't like what the mentor told me to do. Yeah, me too. I can't believe I've been marketing, and I talked to 40 sellers, but I didn't put anything in contract yet. Yeah, me too. Well, if you were talking to a top producer and you said, I've been marketing and I got contracts, but I haven't put anything in, I haven't gotten anybody to sign on the dotted line, they're going to tell you either you're not really dealing with motivated sellers, or your dialogue is off, or the way you're qualifying them is off, but something is off. And somebody who knows the business will tell you what to fix, but somebody who doesn't will encourage you to give up, and then you've lost your why. Your why's not working. You also want a team of people that are going to stretch you, people that are going to say, yeah, you can do it. Yes, you can do one more deal. Yeah, you can do this. You can, and they're going to stretch you and make you see that what's uncomfortable has become very comfortable, and go-getters appreciate that. You also want a list of buyers, cash buyers, and you also want, again, your motivated sellers. Now, your motivated sellers, believe it or not, they're at the bottom of your pyramid, but the bottom is what gives the support to the top, and the middle helps the top. Everybody here is funneling into you, but they can't if you are not working on you. Nobody wants to work with somebody who's not growing, who's not moving to the next level, because as you move, they can move too. But if you're not growing, they can't grow. So you also need to get to the point where you have virtual assistants and administrative assistants, and you need title companies on your team. So there's a lot, and now you have to become a leader, the type of person that can deal with this this pyramid that you're putting together. You're dealing with people and personalities, and you're always juggling something. You're always making sure the more deals you have, the more you juggle. When you closing 10 deals a month or more, you really need a good team of people, and you also need to become a person that can handle that team. And I go back to the Bible. Jesus had 12 disciples, but he had to be the kind of person that could deal with the 12 disciples. He also had 72 disciples. He had to become the kind of person that can deal with those types of people. So one of the things we teach you in our program is how to become a leader, how to become comfortable within your own skin and really understand who you are, and then you build your team accordingly. Trust and believe. Everybody on your team, they come in all types of personalities, all shapes, all colors, all sizes, all types of mindsets. You have to figure out the team that works well with you. Now, a couple of years ago, I had the pleasure of having a conversation with the CEO of Dasani Water, and I asked him, I said, because he had a team of 12 people that he just raved about, and they helped him to become as successful as he's made Dasani Water, which is a product of Coca-Cola. And I asked him, I said, well, how do you build your team? And he said for him, he definitely looks to see what you have on your social media. What kind of posts are you putting on your Facebook, and if you have to have a LinkedIn profile. So again, depending on your business, the book of business you want to build, you're not going to build all your business on Facebook. You need to have a professional presence on LinkedIn, a professional presence on Instagram. There's so many platforms you need to belong to, but there's things like Hootsuite that you post on one and it just goes to all this, it submits to every site once you link it. So things like that you learn from mentorship, so again, he said that's what he does, and he also checks to see what kind of situation is your credit in. So people, and I found this to be true, when people have credit issues, I've seen this even with people that are trying to do a deal. They will start a deal and then they'll say, well, I really, I got to work on my credit. So this person is giving me $100 more over here, so I'm going to stop my deal with A and go with B because I'm getting $100 more there. But they're not looking at the bigger picture. When you're building a team, there are times you might want to take a little less money just to keep your team intact so that you can make more money down the line. I've had lenders that have closed deals for me at midnight, closed deals for me on the weekend, and still gave me my check because of the amount of business and the way I run my business. So, that doesn't happen if you don't build a name for yourself. It's very, very important. You've got to be willing to build a name for yourself. Hey, Daphne. So you've got to be willing to grow your book of business, and it will grow as you become a leader, as you develop and build yourself to become a leader. You can't do great and mighty things as a weak person that is not growing your business. So very, very important. I appreciate everything that you put on here. Some of it is kind of hard because, as you can see, I'm looking up. We will connect a little bit after, Daphne, but I really appreciate that you making it onto the trainings. Everybody that's on here, I hope that you're interested in real estate. And if not, and you have a business, sometimes people get on here and they say this, they take it and they work it on their business as well. So I hope, thank you. I hope that you are willing to, just grow your business. But as I was saying, you have to develop you. You're the most important part of your whole business. Jesus worked on himself more than he worked on anybody else. And so you have to constantly develop yourself. I'm always working on me. And I tell my kids that, the ones that are in business, I tell them that all the time. Okay, now you got Aaron going on and sharing things. Okay, but guys, continue to communicate. I think next week I'm gonna make sure that they put this thing a little lower down so I can read all your comments. But I really appreciate all of them. Keep them coming. Let them be positive. Encourage each other. Because the whole thing that we do in our community, in our village, we look to help people grow. We want to encourage people to keep growing, to keep, going after it. You don't come into our community to get bashed and beaten up and told everything you're doing wrong. We want to encourage you to keep going. And I see somebody else that loves to give the hearts and stuff has just joined us. Hey, Relinda, thank you for that. But as I was saying, the biggest work that you have to do in your business is to develop yourself into a leader and to develop your schedule so that it supports your goals. Your leader, your schedule has to support your goals. If you have a big why, you really need to spend a lot of your time, invest a lot of your time in front of motivated sellers. And then you need to qualify them correctly so that you know they're really motivated. You're wasting time if you get buyers and sellers and you don't know how to qualify them. I am kept on my toes with my dialogue because even my own deals, but people in my mentoring programs, they get the opportunity to text me and say, I have a listing appointment, will you come with me? I have a seller that I'm meeting, or I'm talking to a motivated seller, I'm trying to wholesale this deal, will you come with me, or can I FaceTime you so that you can walk me through it? And they get a lot of comfort and learn the business a lot easier. You really have to keep working on developing your skill sets. Very, very important. The top of that pyramid affects everything at the bottom. It funnels down to everything at the bottom. So you really have to work on yourself the most. The other thing is, last week we talked to you about personality types. So I just shared with you what the VP from Dasani Water shared with me, and that when you're building your team, you want to find people that have a certain kind of character, people that are not self-centered, because you cannot be team-minded and self-centered. You have to be willing to sacrifice for your team, and you have to be willing to, there were times, people say LeBron James and Michael Jordan are like the same level of basketball player. Well, Michael Jordan went to the championship 6 times, and all 6 times he won the ring. LeBron James went to the championship 9 times, and 6 times he lost it. He won 3 times. The difference being Michael Jordan carried his team in certain times when he needed to. Sometimes I tell my investors and agents, like, listen, stop worrying that you're doing all the work and other people are getting part of the check. Focus on the fact that you're dunking the ball and everybody's getting paid, because there's going to be times where they're doing all the work. In the beginning, you might have to carry your team. So you want to pick a team that you want to work with. You also want to understand that when you're working on a team, you're going to get people that give you 30%, some people give you 60%, some people are going to give you 90%. But this is your vision, this is your dream. So you've got to give 150%. This is your business. You got to get up the earliest, you got to work the latest. You got to put in the most sacrifice. You got to go without eating. My first year in real estate, I am not exaggerating. My kids don't remember this, but I sat them down and I said, for the next year, Mommy can't buy you any clothes. We're going to go and we're doing our shopping for the year, and we're going to a discount store. You're not going to be going to Bloomingdale's and Nordstrom's anymore for your outfits. Mommy has to start all over, and we're not going to be able to go out. Only place we can go to is church on Sunday, and right after church, mommy's going to work. But if you give me 1 year, I promise you I will change your life and grandma's life too. And they don't remember that. What they remember is because mommy sacrificed, we could go anywhere and do anything we wanted. We had the best of the best in the neighborhood, and we had the live-in housekeeper, but I sacrificed for 1 year. So you got to give yourself a season of sacrifice. What are you willing to sacrifice? Because this is your dream. This is your vision. Martin Luther King gave up his life for his dream and vision. So that's why I say your why is very, very important. Don't focus on, getting mad at somebody giving you 30%. Can their 30% help you 100%? Don't get mad at the person that's giving you 60%. Don't get mad at the person giving you 90%. Know that this is what they bring to the table, and how can you use 100% of that 30% to take you to the next level. My son, Anthony Williams of Real Estate is Power, says of all the lessons I taught him, this is the greatest one that he's learned from me. It's not to judge people and get mad at them for the amount they give you, but to take what they give you and work with it to take you to the next level. Again, when I look at Jesus, all 12 disciples didn't give him 100%. The one that gave